This interview is brought to you by Nutanix. Nutanix makes extending to the public cloud simpler, faster, and more cost-effective by eliminating complicated application dependency mapping and refactoring. See how at nutanix.com/govcio.
We're at AWS Summit. I'm sitting here with Joseph Montgomery. He's the Director of the Office of Enterprise Portfolio Management at FDA. Nice to have you.
Thank you, Amy.
So what are you most excited about coming in?
I'm most excited about the use of AI and innovative technologies and how that's going to advance FDA's mission and support our use of data and securely allow us to access data, manipulate data in a way that's never been done before. That's probably one of the things that I'm most excited about in the coming year.
Like everybody else.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Over the past few years, I know FDA has been through a lot of transformation. There's been a lot of strategies put out regarding technology and workforce efforts. Recently, there's been a new IT operating plan released and a new acquisition strategy. So I guess what are some of the biggest priorities for you as part of these efforts?
So FDA has a very vast mission and a very diverse mission with all the various centers and offices at the Food and Drug Administration. One key area of that IT strategic plan, which actually is completely throughout the acquisition strategy, is the goal of creating a shared one FDA ecosystem. And the reason that is most important for me, and I think it's one of the priorities, one of many priorities of those plans, is because the FDA is so vast in our mission, and we have the various centers, from Center for Tobacco to the Center for Devices and Drugs, Center for Veterinary Medicine. FDA is a very important mission personally. And we regulate, interestingly enough, 20 cents of every dollar spent by U.S. consumers. So because of that, in this vast mission, we have to operate in a very concise manner. We have a complete, budget, but it's not as large as some of our other federal partners. And because of that, this one ecosystem is going to allow us to be as efficient as possible, allow us to accept the innovative technologies such as AI and others, machine learning and quantum computing is coming up, adopt those innovative technologies in a way that's efficient and will allow us to advance the FDA mission, which is the ultimate goal for us. That one FDA ecosystem goal is a priority for us because we have to operate, with constraints on budget side. We have to be as efficient as possible. So that one ecosystem allows us to really, leverage the best solutions for, throughout the enterprise rather than build multiple solutions throughout the enterprise and then, have a diverse budget and growing budget. So we have to be as efficient as possible. That one ecosystem in FDA is really that goal that, to me, highlights where we need to go and where we need to be as an agency.
Interesting. And definitely how that plays into acquisition that makes a lot of sense. So how has the need to modernize informed how the office is, I guess, now acquiring technology? Where does emerging tech fit in? Where does AI fit in now?
Yeah, because of the rate of change in the IT landscape and innovation, we have to have a way of acquiring these tools as efficient as possible. If you don't know the federal acquisition process, it can be very long and laborious. It was created, some of the artifacts are created multiple decades ago on how we procure IT goods and services. So we have to leverage some modern ways. We have to even modernize how we buy IT. So that's something that at FDA we're looking at adopting, which is why we released this enterprise-wide acquisition strategy to really focus on how can we buy things efficiently, effectively, and quickly. The long pull in the tent and getting IT innovations in the users' hands now is becoming the acquisition cycle. How long it takes us to buy, procure, gain access to that IT. Something in a lot of cases is that's more difficult than actually deploying the innovation. So that's why that acquisition strategy that we published was critical for us. How do we buy it? How do we buy it efficiently? How do we create vehicles that allow us to turn around and, deliver, new capabilities in a matter of weeks rather than several months as it's taking, currently. So we're trying to enhance and modernize how we do acquisitions so that we can deploy acquisitions and get IT to the hands of those who really need it.
Absolutely. That's very exciting. So we're here at AWS Summit. What are you looking forward to at the conference and learning more from the community about?
Okay. One of the things personally that I'm more excited about is, the conversation around FinOps. So really, financial operations, we're here, the AWS, which is a cloud vendor. We leverage AWS at FDA and multiple vendors, but we also leverage AWS, which is why I'm here. But the conversations around FinOps and how do we leverage as we move to the cloud, how do we leverage those cloud resources as efficiently as possible? Cost savings and, efficiencies are critical for us at the agency. In particular in the current space where we have, political landscape, we have a lot of, constraints on the budgetary side. We didn't give very, large increases in our budget this year. So we have to be as efficient as possible. So, the FinOps conversation, it allows us to, it's kind of focused on leveraging the technology, but also leveraging an efficient and manner and allows us to, really focus on the buying and managing resources in our environment. That is the thing I'm most excited about here and the topic that I'm really looking forward to. Sessions I've been searching on.
There's a lot of AI tie-in into those operations.
Absolutely. Definitely, there's a few sessions on FinOps and AI and how that's going to fit into that space. AI is actually going to touch every area, but FinOps in particular, because how do we leverage the cloud resources as efficient as possible so that we can then, get out the best bang for our buck. We need to be able to save the taxpayer money and be as efficient and then be able to, take those savings and then deploy them for new innovations that will be coming, in the coming years.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. This is a great look into some of the new things that you're looking at and working on. So thank you.
Thank you.